trolls may think of Chieftain Akrog, trust not the foul tusks who say he had everything given to him on a moon silver platter, all because his sire was chieftain before him. Oh no, little cubs. The hunger, the blood rot, the hunters. The Moonkin had become but a shadow, and in the span of a day, it became Akrog's calling to lead them back to Mugwa's light. The day he and his two companions went out to prepare Narjak's last rites would be but the beginning of his troubles.
The air here makes Akrog's hide prickle. You will lead the way. Going now.
Well then, time for the preparations.
The summoning of Mugwa's cub.
No need to look like a beak shat on its head, Akrog. Summoning Mugwa's cub is a great honor. You should be smiling.
A moonkin and a bonekin have to die for the ritual. Akrog sees nothing to smile about, and he understands not why Cabrax would.
Cabrax told him why. It is an honorable way to die. Being worked to death as a slave of the Greenskins? Disgrace. Starving? Disgrace. Untusked by a brittle bone? Disgrace. But giving one's blood so that Mugwa's cub can take the fabled chieftain Narjak firstborn into the moonlit river. That is an honorable way to die. A way worthy of Mugwa's spawn.
Cabrax speaks true. Arnuk's trusted one will have dark thoughts for a long time, but maybe he will find solace in the thought that Arnuk will be floating in the moonlit river right beside Narjak. It is a great honor.
Arnuk die? Why?
So Noag's sire can go in peace, and trusted one Akrog can be the new chieftain. Zazka will explain to Noag, but not now.
The blood givers are already here, are they not? What else is needed?
Prepare the rest of the offering, of course. Wood, food, and crushed stone. Tradition demands for the devoured one's tribe to gather them. But if Akrog wants, the Bone King can do it instead. He knows the Moonkin are weary.
They are weary, it is true, but the Moonkin will respect the traditions. They will harvest the offering themselves.
Words of a future chieftain. Return when the Moonkin workers have built the gathering dens, then.
Ready for action.
What on Urgath is this?
Back, Moonkin. This is...
Quiet, Frog. This chosen chieftain Akrog Bone Crusher. Narjak Firstborn's cub. And he is? The second-born and the moonblood of the tribe. Noag.
Huh. Still just a cub. And bigger than Neok. Why Akrog come here? He want honor his sire's flesh?
It is true. Akrog knows Zazka respected Narjak like no other. Is there anything he wants to say?
He is dead, trusted one. Zazka can say all he wants, but Narjak will never hear it.
Little Blood has been very quiet. How is he feeling?
Nothing.
Nothing what? He feels nothing?
No. This thing. It know his sire. It just flesh and bone. Like pig after hunter crush it. Sire is gone, and always will be. Because no saving.
Little Blood, they spoke about...
No! Big Blood no speak! Not now.
Akrog still cannot understand why the firstborn blood protected Narjak not. No arrows could pierce his hide.
No arrows, it is true. But the throwing spike of a brittle-boned stick-slinger could. The firstborn blood only made him long-lived, not invulnerable.
That throwing spike should not have hit him. It should not.
No.
If Mugwa will not guide Narjak into the moonlit river until the devouring, where is his soul now?
Waiting in the earth. When devouring done, Mugwa take soul and bring it to moonlit river.
At least the brittle-bone hunters left him his tusks.
And great tusks they were.
Akrog still cannot believe he is gone. It is just a moon ago. They were still sitting around a campfire, listening to Grungwar's stories. And now... Akrog feels lost. He hopes he can do this without him.
Well, for what it is worth, he has his little blood and the good-looking Moonkin by his side.
Zaska mean Grumph?
Sure. Him too.
Akrog has every right to feel lost. Every Moonkin does. But he needs to find himself again. The tribe depends on it.
Akrog wishes they had spent more time together.
Understandable. But there is a good reason a troll cub belongs to and is raised by the tribe, and not its sires.
A troll must not favor his offspring over his other kin, Akrog knows. Still, they had only just started hunting together. Akrog just wishes he had known him better. Akrog should go. He must prepare the devouring.
Sharp tusks and thick hide.
Interesting. Probably.
No, I'll go look.
What is that?
Mugwa prays. He is chosen chieftain Akrog Bone Crusher.
Thingkeeper Neek knows him. The troll who crushed 10 brittle bones by himself.
How knows he?
Oh, be no fool. Every troll knows the cub of Chieftain Narjak Firstborn, and his same blood, the Moon Blood. Neek must say he expected something else. Akrog looks not yet like a chieftain to me. Let alone the one to follow Narjak Firstborn.
Neek should watch his words.
Just as Neek thought. All threats, no sense. Either way, what came he here for?
This is the Bonekin's treasure, is it not? Why keep so many brittle-bone things?
So the brittle bones find the knot. Everything out there with hex power is a thing the brittle bones can use to untusk trolls.
Akrog understands. Akrog must leave.
On his way.
Akrog is listening.
This looks interesting.
All right. The workers are preparing the offering. What is next?
Scrap! Just have the Moonkin scrappers search the cradle. There should still be some mounds nearby. Then comes the blood-giving.
How works the blood-giving exactly? 2 blood-givers must offer their lives to Mugwa. Zaska knows that. But how?
It is complicated. Of the 2 blood-givers, one is the sacrifice, and the other the vessel. The vessel devours the sacrifice, then spills his own blood at the foot of the holy stone. Elder Grimoire Greyfur is as wise as they say.
What mean devour?
Eat. So he means the vessel must eat the sacrifice's flesh?
Like chosen chieftain Akrog will eat his sire's flesh at the ceremony. It is true. Cabrak told both blood-giver Urnuk, the sacrifice, and blood-giver Itzka, the vessel, what they should do. Akrog should speak to them once he is ready to make the offering.
He will. Sharp tusks and thick hide.
Close enough.
What is it?
Blood-giver Itzka will give his life tonight. He wishes not to die with the rot in his bones. The rot can only be passed on through blood, not from troll to troll. That is what every fool believes. Itzka wants his flesh to be pure when he offers it to Mugwa. No. Why is the chosen chieftain speaking to Itzka? He wants to be alone with his thoughts.
Itzka will devour a Moonkin's flesh. If what he thinks is true, would he not catch the rot then, either way?
He would. But the Moonkin sacrifice dies a few breaths after it has devoured the Moonkin sacrifice. There will be no time for the rot to spread.
Akrog came to offer his thanks and tell Itzka that the ritual is ready.
Thanks? Itzka does this for Mugwa, not for the Moonkin. But he thanks Akrog for his words. Is the Blood Guard waiting?
Blood Guard?
Cabrex has not told him yet. The tradition demands that the Moonkin bring 3 strong warriors to protect the pyre.
Akrog understands. He will take care of it.
He should. Itzka will meet him at the Holy Stone. Time to move on.
This way? These trolls are going hungry. They need more food.
Grimoire is here. He is going.
It is nonsense. Why Urnuk?
Because that is what Mugwa decided. Nurab must move on and choose a new trusted one.
Who then gets killed by the rot? The hunters? Or some stupid ritual? It is also pointless.
Chosen chieftain Akrog Bone Crusher. Mugwa prays.
Mugwa prays, Bloodgiver Arnuk Soft Tusk. Is he ready for the sacrifice?
Bloodgiver. All his life, Urnuk was a healer. And now that is all he is.
He became Bloodgiver the moment Mugwa decided so.
Rot Mugwa! Rot the devouring! Rot the hunters! Rot everything! Nurab cannot take this! Nurab, go!
Just when Anuk has accepted his fate, his trusted one will not. What can he do, chosen chieftain? He wants not to leave Norab like this. Bitter and broken.
Is there anything Akrog can do to make it easier for them both?
How about a soul charm? It is a stone with hex power from the Brittlebone ruins here. It can store the voice of a living creature. If the Moonkin found a soul charm for Anuk, he could speak a few words for Norab into it. This way, Norab could treasure them forever. Anuk would like that. But he wants not to be a burden on the tribe. Nervak is right. The Moonkin should not stay here any longer than necessary. Anuk gives his life for the devouring. So this is the least the Moonkin can do. The blood for the tribe. The tribe for the blood. Anuk thanks Grungwa.
Where can they find the soul charm?
Cabrax told Grungwa that the kin hoard them. They should talk to their Thing Keeper.
All right. They will be back.
Come on, Critic. He is strong. Chosen chieftain.
Akrog never asked. Why is Arnak called Soft Tusk? His tusks look not soft or brittle.
Akrog speaks true. They are not. Anuk's same blood, Jag, gave him this name, actually. Jag. Grunwa knows this name not. That surprises Anuk not. Anuk said farewell to Jag many moons ago. And he is in the Moonlit River now, along with their sires. They were just cubs when they lost their sires, so they noticed not. But when they were grown, Anuk's same blood took care of Anuk. He taught him how to hunt, how to find herbs. Everything.
But why call Ernuk Soft Tusk then?
Because he always said Anuk's heart is too soft to be a warrior. Anuk never liked killing a boar, even if he knew it was right because he needed to feed the tribe. That is why he became a healer, like Shepherd Crumb Kind Soul. There, he can mend flesh and not destroy it. Good, that is. Anuk will mend no more.
Akrog is sorry.
Be moving. Grunwa will go there. That way. At his service.
Moving on.
He will protect the tribe.
No problems to smash.
No one here.
Я вижу.
Next. No one here. This looks interesting. Either way, what came he here for?
Akrog wonders if the Bonekin have a soul charm. The Moonkin's blood giver. He would like one for, well, his trusted one.
Soul charm? The brittle bone boxes that can trap a voice, no?
It is true. They are small spheres, silver like the moon,
and Neek knows what they look like. And it is true. They have one. Here.
What wants a Bonekin in return?
Nothing. The Moonkin Bloodgiver makes a great sacrifice. If this keeps the dark thoughts away from his trusted one, Neek is glad to help.
Akrog thanks Neek. Sharp tusks and thick hide. Akrog must leave.
Be ready.
You are ready.
The Elf Tribe.
What now? More trouble? Zaska is listening. Interesting.
Chosen Chieftain.
Here. The Bonekin gave Akrog this soul charm.
Anuk likes it. How works it? Anuk just speaks something?
And the hex inside will trap it. It is true.
Anuk sees. Anuk is with Mugwa now. And he will be there when Nurab joins him in the moonlit river.
Will he bring Nurab the soul charm now?
Anuk would like Akrog to bring it to him. After the devouring, when Anuk is gone.
Why? Nurab is trusted one.
Very true, Moonblood Noak. But seeing Nurab now would only make Anuk weak again. He has said all that needed to be said. Now, it is time for him to do his duty. The tribe for the blood for the tribe. Chosen Chieftain Akrog. Anuk. Make all this death mean something. Save the Moonkin, no matter the price. What now? He needed?
Grungwa is here. In that direction.
What is this?
Chosen Chieftain. Has he spoken to the Bloodgivers?
He has.
Good. Then the summoning may start. First, Akrog will have to place the offering at the Holy Stone. Then the vessel must devour the sacrifice. Then spill his blood at the foot of the Holy Stone. Once this has been done, Mugwa's cub will rise from the earth.
Will Cabrax guide the ritual?
No, this is the Chosen Chieftain's burden, and his alone.
Akrog understands.
Akrog is ready. Why Akrog come here? He want to honor his sire's flesh?
It is true. Akrog should go. He must prepare the devouring.
Sharp tusks and thick hide.
Moving now.
And
What can he do for the tribe?
What should he do?
Chosen chieftain. Is it time? Anok is ready.
And Itzka is too.
Itzka, is there anything he would like to say?
No.
Is there anything else Anok would like to say? Just bring Nurab the soul charm when the devouring is over. That is all. Akrog understands. He will. It is time. This is the tooth.
Strange.
What is?
That it would end this way. Anok thought about how he would die so much. Yet, this... it never crossed his mind. Itzka will honor Anok's flesh. Akrog will be a good chieftain. Anok feels it. Now the devouring.
You're ready.
What on Urgath is this? What next? At his service. It is done. Make the offerings. Speak the words. Then Itzka will do his duty.
Can a troll not rest for a moment?
He's needed.
Can Zaska help?
What now?
Ready for action.
What can he do for the tribe? Go over there. His trolls are going hungry. They need more food. What
Zaska is
listening. He go now.
Go on here!
Grunwa is ready.
What now? More trouble?
sharp tusks and thick hide.
He not able to help him.
Is ready. By the golden, shiny, holy hide! Tell Cabrax not! This is not beautiful, Akrog. Tell him not.
Will it? Akrog means whose words obeys it?
Chosen Chieftain Akrog's, of course. He summoned it.
Then the devouring can begin.
It is true. Speak the words. Then Cabrax will light the pyre. If he wants to take a last look at his sire's flesh, it should be now. Is Akrog ready?
He is.
Then call in the Moonking's chosen warriors. Cabrax will brew the embalming liquid. Then the devouring begins.
And so, Elder Grungwa Greyfur gives Chieftain Narjuk Firstborn's flesh to his cub, the chosen Chieftain. Not only so he may become the new Chieftain, not only so his blood stays in the tribe forever, but to honor Magua, the moon goddess who, through all these struggles, still smiles on trollkind. Magua prays. Do it, chosen chieftain. Devour the heart.
Akrog is listening.
The tribe. Shield the tribe.
Sire. And the devouring is complete. With Magua's blessing, Akrog Bone Crusher is now Chieftain of the Moonkin. Speak, Chieftain. Speak loud and speak proud, because his words will be remembered.
Narjuk Firstborn was not only Akrog's sire, he was also the greatest chieftain of...
Wait!
What?
Something is wrong. They... Hunters! What? Fight back! The cub will crush them! Brutes! Bloody brutes! Fight them back! Fight for Mugwa!
with you, Master!
Grunwa is here. Challenge the Moonkin.
Scryer, do it! Cast the spell!
Commander.
No!
What is this? This is pointless! The Moonkin must flee, now! What is he talking about? The trolls will crush them. No, they will not. Tusks, there are hundreds of them out there. Cabras can sense it, and they killed the cub with a single axe.
He speaks true, Chieftain. They need to flee.
Fine, but they will not leave the Bonekin. It is the Moonkin's fault the hunters came here. They... Holy hide! Spare Cabrax the words! The Bonekin will never leave the cradle. Never! Now go! What happened? Where are they?
Still near the cradle. This must have been a teleportex, like the hunters used to get into the cradle. They...
More hunters. Cabrax was right.
To the tribe camp. Now.
Hope that spell worked. That thing was bloody terrifying.
Don't worry, it will. Itras is the best mage in the Corps.
Still, it is a Titan. And that fight has been going on for a while now.
Ah, you worry too much. Those tusks are ours.
What now? More trouble? More lightnings? Quick, Oscar! Coming right up!
The tribe must survive!
Zarka the Lightsaber.
Ой, блядь. Все, написал.
He is on his Bloodgiver Arnuk's trusted one, Norab. He will never get the soul charm.
To the tribe camp. Now.
What can he do for the tribe?
What is that? Look who has arrived. Nurbok told Akrog this would happen, but he listened not.
Stop, Nurbok. This is not the time for fighting.
Crum speaks true. What happened? What looks it like? The hunters attacked while Akrog was busy doing rituals with the Bonekin. Just as Nurbok said they would. Nurbok guesses the cradle is gone too.
They're still fighting. Cabrax, he told them to flee.
And of course, Akrog obeyed.
It was not like that. Cabrax left them no choice.
Sure. Zaska speaks true, trusted one. Chieftain Cabrax made a hex that brought them out of the cradle. He wanted the Moonkin not to die. Well, it's too late for that. Many dead.
The hunters, how many kin have they killed?
Better to ask how many were not killed.
They have not yet counted the bodies, Chieftain Akrog. But it is terrible. Zaramak, Julog, Anuk, Krum, and maybe 24 kin are all who survived. It would have been worse had Anuk not warned Nurbok.
That terrible.
It is, little Noag. It is. Akrog understands not. The eyes said there were no hunters, wide and far. So how could this happen? Master Anuk?
It is hard to explain. It is true that the beaks and the eyes see no hunters. But when Anuk go out yesterday, he see these strange sparkles in the air, like how air look over a fire. This morning, Anuk and I see sparkles from the bushes. But suddenly, there is a blue cloud on the sparkles, and hunters come out.
A teleport hex, just like in the cradle.
When Anuk find out, he run back to the tribe camp, but it was too late. He is sorry, Chieftain Akrog. He failed the tribe, and now so many kin is dead. Anuk is not to blame. It was Akrog who would not listen.
Chieftain Akrog.
The small tusk is the last one to tell Nurbok what to do. He is not even a moon.
Quiet. Tusks, maybe Akrog made a mistake, but now is not the time to fight. Kin died, again. And more will die if the Moonkin stay here and wait for the hunters to finish crushing the cradle. They need to leave. Now.
Powerful words. And where plans this great leader to take the Moonkin? Right into the next ambush?
He knows not, but they will work something out.
Maybe there is no need to. Zaska has an idea. Nurbok remembers when he said Zaska was making schemes again? Well, it is true. For the past moon, he has been meeting with a brittle bone.
A brittle bone?
That is what Zaska just said. And no, he has not betrayed them. Even though that is what they all believe he is just waiting to do. This brittle bone, he has a plan that would not just help the tribe crush the hunters, but could also cure the rot.
Cure the rot? How? How is that possible?
And there is the catch. The Moonkin must resurrect a fallen god.
Ever since they crossed the water to start a new life on Urgath, Mugwa had smiled upon her trolls. In their darkest times, though, her smile was sometimes forgotten. The blood rot, the hunters, the slavers, they were not so easy to forget. But as long as Mugwa was smiling, there was hope. Disbelief marked the faces of surviving Moonkin as Azka explained his idea. A pact with a brittle-bone elder? Resurrecting a fallen god? Disgrace, they roared. Madness! But was there any other choice? So it was that Akrog used the chieftain's word for the first time. The Moonkin would meet the strange Brittlebone in the Blackheart jungle for a peace talk. When they marched to the cradle 5 sundowns ago, the Moonkin had been bleeding. When they abandoned it to the hunters, the wound was wide open.
This is it. The Brittlebone stranger is nearby.
And I still think it is not wise to go alone. Take a few beats, at least.
Akrog agreed to a peace talk.
And Brittlebones honor peace talks not. They say they will, then they stab each other in the back.
Maybe so. But this Brittlebone had 100 chances to crush Zaska, and he crushed him not. Also, if he is anywhere near as powerful a hexer as Zaska thinks, a few beaks will make no difference. Please, Akrog. If they break the first pact they struck with the stranger, he might choose not to help them after all. The tribe has been ravaged, and they cannot ruin this chance.
Zaska speaks true, Chieftain. Trust must start somewhere.
What thinks Nurbok of this?
Akrog cares.
Nurbok is the great warrior of the Moonkin. His thoughts matter.
Nurbok thinks the small tusk is right.
Wonders never cease.
Nurbok thinks not that it is wise to put the fate of the tribe into a Brittlebone's hands. But it is true if this stranger had wanted to kill the Moonkin, he could have done it when they were not expecting it. Also, Akrog has made up his mind, and the Moonkin are already here, so they might as well go through with it. Stop the club not in the middle of a swing.
It is Chieftain now, Nurbok, not Akrog.
Sure, Chieftain.
Why told Zaska Akrog not earlier that he was meeting with a Brittlebone?
It is difficult. He wanted not to burden Akrog, not after what happened to his sire. Also, nothing was certain yet.
But my bad.
Well, it is not like Zaska lied, is it? He just told Akrog not. Look, he is sorry. But what was it Narjak used to say? If the stone is crushed, there is no putting it back together.
Akrog understands, but Zaska should not do this again. Trusted ones need to trust each other.
Will not happen again. Now, how about they talk more about his disappointment later?
Akrog still understands not what this stranger gets out of this. Why would a Brittlebone help the Moonkin?
Grungwar wonders the same thing.
Well, that is what they are here to find out. Zaska asked him the same question, though, and the stranger told him he stands to gain as much from this as the Moonkin.
100 Moonkin tusks.
All right. Anuk, they camp here and bring in the others. If they are not back by sundown, flee and find somewhere safe. Akrog has spoken.
If only there is a safe place. But I knew you understand.
Good then. Grunwar, Zaska, Little Blood. Come. Time to find out what this stranger's wild plan is.
Grunwar is ready.
Big Blood? The hunters. They killed the Bonekin, no? Big Blood think they untusked, sire?
They probably did, but it changes nothing. Magua took him into the moonlit river when the devouring was complete.
Crush them now! Land down flash! He's listening. Crush him!
Zoska is listening. Let Zoska get a proper look. It works better than it tastes. Zoska's special brew coming right up.
He might be old, but his tusks are still sharp. May Magua guide his hands.
They run from no one. He's coming for them.
Непорядок.
Interesting. Probably. Let Zoska get a proper look.
No one go there. What this?
Сейчас, секунду, я вернусь.
Let Grunwa take a closer look. That way. You will lead the way.
Well, well. Look what the jungle brought to me.
That is him.
What on Urgath is this?
So, you are the chieftain Zaska told me about. Curious.
He is Akrog Bone Crusher, chieftain of the Moonkin.
A pleasure to meet you, chieftain. I must say, I can't help but be impressed at your level of speech. Where I come from, people still believe trolls are all about grunting and roaring. But let's not beat around the bush, shall we? How much has Zaska told you about my proposal?
Magua has given many troll tribes the power to speak. Brittlebones just choose to ignore it.
That is the goddess you worship, isn't it? I see.
Akrog knows not the stranger's name yet.
That's true, and I would rather have it stay this way. Nothing personal, just precaution.
Fine. The stranger can keep his secrets.
Much obliged. So, tell me, how much has Zaska told you?
All that he knows. The stranger wants to bring a dead god back to life, and he needs the Moonkin's help to do it.
Imprisoned, not dead. But, yes, that about sums it up. Let's start from the beginning. After the first battles between the dark and light races, which would lead to the War of the Six, many of trolls, dark elves, and orcs fled to Urgath to recover.
The Moonkin know about the escape. That is how their ancestors came to Urgath. The last chieftain, he was one of them.
Narjak Firstborn. I'm aware. And this is not a history lesson. I'm telling you this because of the creature that led the escape.
Zarek's cub. The field dog. What has it to do with anything? It went back to Fiara after the escape, hundreds of years ago.
Yes, that's what most believe, even among the light races. The truth is, the Hibernian Empire sent a division of elite warrior priests after them. The Sacred Seal. They tracked down the field dog and locked it away deep inside a prison here on Urgath. I believe that prison is on the other side of this swamp. And I also believe that while the priests of the Sacred Seal are long dead, the field dog is still there.
Hibernians. They are the Brittlebones on the land across the sea, no?
They used to be. The Hibernian Empire fell some time ago.
It fell? Oh, Grunwa knew not.
Well, how would you? The only things that travel between Urgath and Fiara are fortune seekers and mercenaries, like the ones who hunt you.
This makes no sense. Zarek's cub, the field dog, it is a god. Nothing can harm it.
Demigod. And yes, it's true that a field dog can't be killed by conventional means. I'm assuming that's why the priests of the Sacred Seal imprisoned rather than killed it.
Yep. Правильно. Щемишь там пальцы, не суй туда пальцы, мама. Он не прикинет, на него что-то упадет. Ну что это такое, блядь, мало этих шкафчиков? Дверь открыл.
How knows the stranger all this, if no one else does?
Such a curious troll. How refreshing. First, I have access to records most other people do not. Second, for the past 5 years, I did little else but study these records.
If those Hibernians could trap Zarek's cub, why not kill it? They were lightlings, no?
It is true. Maybe they were not able to.
My thinking exactly. It would have been in their interest to kill the field dog, and I'm fairly certain that was their original mission. But something must have prevented them.
And the stranger wants to free Zarek's cub, hoping that will gain him and the Moonkin his favor. That is his idea, no?
That is correct. Zazka told me of your scourges, chieftain. The rot, the hunters. There is no way you'll wrestle down those foes on your own, but with the help of a demigod, that would turn the tables.
What thinks Grungwar of this?
He thinks it is a bad idea. Even if this temple exists, and even if betting the last Moonkin warriors on this strange plan would not be madness, who is to say the cub would even help them if they break its shackles? Zarek has never cared for the trolls. He made them slaves, arrow fodder for the greenskins to toss at their enemies. For all they know, the cub would simply devour the whole tribe and leave.
Better to be eaten by a god than be untusked by a brittlebone. The stranger speaks true, Grungwar. They have no choice. Even if the hunters stop tracking them down, the rot will still keep killing Moonkin cubs before they are even born. What will Grungwar do about that,
They have Noag. He has the moon blood.
It will be many years before Noag can mate. And even if he were to sire 1,000 cubs, how would the tribe feed them while they were little? Please, Akrog. They have tried running. They have tried hiding, but it never worked. Just this once. Let them do, and not be done too.
Fine. They will take a look at this temple, then they will decide what to do next. Akrog has spoken. The stranger says this temple is here in the jungle?
Yes, I can show you. There's just one thing we need to take care of first. The Chainers.
Those green-skinned slavers?
Yes. A small troll tribe lived here. And the Chainers rushed through the jungle a few days back and enslaved them. The main group is gone, but there are still a few troops left. And they have set up their cow right in front of the temple. I know your ranks have been decimated, but you should be able to take them on, especially with the element of surprise. Finally, there's another matter we should take care of before we move into the temple.
One more thing. Why needs the stranger the Moonkin for this? If he is as powerful a hexer as Zazka says, could he not free the cub on his own?
A fair question. Suffice it to say that breaking into an ancient temple has its own unique challenges, where the muscle of your kind would come in quite handy.
That is all, then. The stranger needs someone to crush rocks for him.
Well, not quite. It's also about safety. That temple has stood abandoned for centuries, so it's bound to be crawling with all kinds of vermin and undead. I thought about hiring a mercenary corps, but they are expensive, attract a lot of attention, and will probably stab you in the back the moment they sniff a gain to be made. I know this probably isn't the answer you wanted to hear, but it's the truth.
Grungwar, what tribe could these trolls belong to?
Mud-crawlers or bog-tusks, probably. They are the only ones who live this deep in the jungle.
Akrog never heard of those before. What are their bonds to the Moonkin?
Probably not enemies. They honor Magwa's law.
So how could they possibly be bad trolls?
Well, they should still be careful. So, these brittle bones in the temple, the sacred seal, the stranger said they died. What happened to them?
That's a mystery I'm hoping to solve once we're inside.
Whatever it was, Grungwar is sure the cub played a role in it.
What is this other matter?
Well, it's related to the creatures of this lovely jungle. Briefly put, some kind of disease seems to be making the rounds, and it makes creatures go mad, docile and predator alike.
Grungwar thinks they fought such a creature. Could it be a disease, perhaps?
If so, then it's no ordinary one. It also seems to spread. I've seen more and more animals like this. Considering you have a tribe to feed, you should probably put down those cursed animals whenever you see them. Otherwise...
They might corrupt the entire hunting grounds. The stranger speaks true. The Moonkin will take care of it. What about the stranger? Will he help the Moonkin fight?
I would, but something tells me I should save my strength for when we find the temple. I will do some scouting in the meantime. There are a couple of things out here I have yet to look into.
Fine, if you must. And one more thing. If the stranger betrays the Moonkin, Akrog will crush his skull himself. He swears it on his sire's name.
Well, I'm rather fond of my skull, so that won't happen. Don't worry. Good luck now. We'll speak once you've dealt with the chainers.
Akrog is ready.
This looks interesting.
And gone.
A teleport hex, like the hunters used.
It is true. Well then, let them take a look at this tribe camp to see what the Moonkin are up against. They will bring the others when it is safe.
Going now.
Lay down her fist blood!
Saska, help.
Land down west! Of the moon, smash them! They will regret this.
It works better than it tastes. What is that?
Let Grimoire take a closer look.
Let Akrog see. On his way.
What? What is that?
Now. For the Moonkin! Grimoire can help. The tribe must survive!
Why must they plague the Moonkin?
Enemies killed a hero!
They will not get away from Saska.
The blood for the tribe! Destroy them! They should be.
Moving on.
Так я не смог гасили, так я вот что пытаюсь. Но она классная.
What should he do? Going now.
Greenskins!
Zarek's fence, there's more of them! Not so fast, Marwa, man down only God skeletons of kin. What is needed of him?
Coming right up.
This way? There. Mugwas, over here! Help! Particularly from the wrong tribe. We'll slow them down. More power needed. All dead. Who thanks stranger trolls?
Interesting.
Spike Master Ku being dead or chained now if not for stranger trolls. Ku and kin thank. The chainers are their enemies too. What tribe belong Ku and his kin to? Bog tusks. At least they was. Now bog tusks all die. Or slaves of greenskins.
What about he? Name, tribe,
Moonkin. Chieftain Akrog Bone Crusher of the Moonkin.
Moonkin? A chieftain Narjak, a leader of Moonkin. Oh?
He floats in the moonlit river now. Akrog is the new chieftain.
Oh, Narjak was great chieftain. They say they fight chainers?
They are in the Moonkin's way.
Then bog tusks help Moonkin. Chainers crush tribe and kill chieftain. They pay in blood. Chieftain Akrog agree? The Moonkin can use all the help they can get. But should the bog tusks not go after the chainer horde to free their kin?
Bog tusks not smart like Moonkin. But they not that stupid too. Look at them, all of them together, not even a pack. So how they supposed to crush Chainer Horde? They have wyvern, wargs, hexmakers.
Nick speaks true. If these bog tusks live through this fight, they will try and find way to free kin. But first, they kill all chainers still here in jungle.
Why strategy?
The chainers. Are there still many of them in the jungle? Who knows? Few only. Was big horde that attacked tribe camp.
but now only Pack here. Just like the stranger said. Are they the only survivors? The chainers killed or took everyone else.
Ku think it is true. Ku and Kin out for hunting. When come back, everything burn. Bog tusks few. Now almost all gone.
Grungwar is sorry.
Then help kill chainers.
Alright. Seems like the Moonkin and the Bog Tusks want the same thing. Let them crush the chainers together.
Good. There is problem, though. Akrog come back to tribe camp with Ku. Then he tell them more. Alright. Chainer Pack have tribe camp up jungle at Great Evil Ruin. Their bridge to go there, but Chainers burn bridge.
Maybe the Moonkin could mend it.
Could work. But then they need to make ground around bridge their own first. The Bog Tusks have some scrap in tribe camp, but that not enough to mend bridge. So they need gather more.
Zeramac scrappers can take care of that. The Bog Tusks know if there is scrap nearby.
Lots. Everywhere. Chieftain Akrog just tell his scrappers to dig anywhere, and they will find some.
All right.
Chieftain, is he all right?
What are they doing here? Akrog told them to stay at the camp.
And Nurbok told them to join him when they heard fighting. Who are these trolls?
Bog Tusks. The Chainers burnt down their tribe camp and enslaved their kin.
The small one speaks true. Chieftain Akrog say he helped to crush Chainer Pack that's still here.
Another battle, then. Well, what must be, must be. It would be wise to let the Moonkin lay some of what they harvest aside.
Food?
Food, wood, stone, scrap, anything they can find. The Moonkin will need it for when they build a new home. Zulog, bring in some beaks from the camp. Then join Crumb.
As Crumb says.
And Nook and his eyes will scout too. He go back to camp and tell them. All right. Be on the lookout for greenskins. Will Nurbok fight?
Of course he will. He also has an idea, though. What's the Bog Tusk's name? Spike Master Ku. Then come with Nurbok, Spike Master Ku. There is something they must talk about. Zazga is listening. Zazka just remembered. As Grungwar, still the Mugwas here, he plucked before the devouring? It was Zazka who plucked it. Same thing. Is it still alive? Or lost Grungwar it during the attack on the cradle? It is still alive, though the leaves are wilting. Grungwar wanted to speak about this to the chieftain, but after the battle... No, I hope it live. Mugwar tears pretty. No, I'm ready. No, I'll go. And what do they call them? Who says? Slings? It is true. Put stone in sling and throw. Good throw can kill a boar. Smart. Get a proper look. Let Grungwar take a close. So, the Moonkin are fighting again. This means Akrog struck a pact with that stranger, then? It is not a pact yet, trusted one. They will help the stranger find a temple. Then they will see. And what is in this temple that will save the Moonkin?
Akrog will explain later. What spoke Nurbok and the Bog Tusk about? Slings.
It is true. See, Nurbok always wondered how the Bog Tusk survive. They as tiny as the small tusk, but they are still here. He knows now. They have weapons, slings, and throwing spikes, which they use to harm their enemies from the distance.
Nurbok thinks the Moonkin can make use of these.
Ku said his kin could show the Moonkin how to shape and use them, so they can wield them too. Nurbok said they can use the throwing camp to do it.
A wise idea.
You should have asked Akrog first, though.
Forgive him.
All right. Akrog will send a couple of smashers to the throwing camp, then. Is there anything else they could do?
There is. While they were marching, Nurbok thought about how the Moonkin could be stronger, and he had an idea for a new sort of warrior, the Stonebreaker. He will need a few skull crushers for that, though. Just send a couple of them to the hitting camp once the workers have set it up. They will know what to do.
All right. Wall breakers, spike flingers, and throwers. Akrog will take care of it. These wall breakers Nurbok wants to train. How fight they?
Long story. Let Nurbok just say, it will make it a lot easier for Moonkin warriors to tear down that Jaina tribe camp.
Fine. Sharp tusks and thick hide, Nurbok.
Sharp tusks and thick hide.
This looks interesting. What on earth is this?
Interesting.
Chieftain.
Master Scrapper Zeramak Blackhand. Slig. He made it not? Akrog is very sorry. How feels Zeramak?
How should Zeramak feel? It's the same thing over and over. Zeramak lose too many apprentices and kin to count, so he make his soul like scrap. The Brittlebone can bend it and punch all into it, but the Scrapper shape it into something new and strong.
Service.
Even the world would not eat such a meal. Be not worried. What next? The building is done.